You don't know these streets like we do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Street is Watching. This is for the culture. My name is DJ Slim, and when we say for the culture, the Tracia BBM and some in a more professional and digital way. I'm not here alone. I'm here with my brother, Mr. Edem Chotome. And now you're about to be breaking your mom break down. How are you doing? Everything cool?
I'm fine.
Nice one.
My first time here.
Okay.
I've toured some of the studios and Charlie. Be YouTube, Charlie. Full TV studio.
Awesome. Yes, you shared one and kakra. We have a fun. First issue on board for the culture there. Assembly, I kind of said it here. Our viewers to get, to understand the whole issue. The first thing that knowing you perfectly and your relationship with Empress Gifty, she's in the trends right now. People are talking about some of the utterances are a free no buy in her promo for the event. Yes, so I think it's called TV3. Now only cookie tea and then I think it was the ending of the whole interview.
Yes.
And no could
normally no wisdom, relationship issues. So what she was saying is that people are already they are side chicks. Unless we want to say there are no side chicks.
Okay.
And call for side chicks.
Side chickism.
So what he's saying is that they shouldn't get pregnant for those men. That is what she said. That don't get pregnant for those men.
But a man for also had that.
And Kofat twisting. One of them, OMV, say go after married men. But don't get pregnant. That's two different things. To say go after is like you are saying omokra, omu side chicks. You are encouraging them
to. Okay.
She has not said that.
Okay.
Do you can say mona moye? Okay.
I think I watched the video. My video and
go after married men.
Okay, go after married men. But yes, I do support whatever she said in different context. Say, some people believe that the concept of side chickism is even marriage. Because there are people who believe in that. I am of the different school of thought. I believe if you have balls enough to maintain one side chick, you should have balls enough to add her to your wife. Married. Yes, you should marry her and add her because
make her official.
Yeah, because there's a reason why you went out of your matrimonial home. There's a reason. You were not satisfied with whatever you were getting there. So if you've seen that other person who gives you everything, why don't you just go ahead and marry the person? That is all. That is where I would agree with her too in a different context. But side chick is a man, as it is, it's also a different issue altogether. But also based on religion, saying it has been around. We share a video now. Say it has been around for since
people who do say like in the
since
past
Abraham. Now side chick is more. Say on a dear Empress can say. Oh yes, side chick dia. Enkonyem. But side chicks say Bible mum nyina nyem yo. What if the reason why you moved out of your matrimonial home is that you wanted a baby?
That's a different game. But because of pregnancy, it will its own implications, and it can have an impact on even the marriage. You understand? And if care is not taken, a whole lot can happen. Bring about all of these brouhaha. What's I say?
Enkonyem. Fantastic. Well, on to today's topic. The episode I think I was on social media and I saw video of Samiba Flex and the owner of Fantasy Dome, Leslie. What's his name? The owner of the Fantasy Dome.
Yeah, Leslie.
Leslie, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Uncle Les.
Okay. So I saw the video of him at a site.
Yeah.
this, it could be the Fantasy Dome, but then it was a site, toward the tent, everything is down and everything is in rubbles. Like, following up the discussion, we got to know that there's been a long-standing issue between the trade fair and the owner of Fantasy Dome to vacate the place. Because they claim say a government land near the others. But as to the full gist of it, school me a little bit as to I started free here, I could do here.
All right. Trade fair in 2018, they had a lease agreement with Fantasy Entertainment.
Okay.
And Fantasy Entertainment was to put that facility on their land. And you only see part of the land, man. Like they were a conference center, Omone Grand Arena.
Okay.
So the lease agreement was for 5 years. Now, let's literally say, Emra Oko assassin. He realized that why any plans okay, but engineers in the core, and say the place, because it's closer to the sea, clay will hon. Clay never was assassin, so no one here careful that there will not be stability there. Then go for best sound, so there should be a re-engineering of the ground.
Okay.
So what he did was also to ground normally laterite, any rocks near the go, which even cost him about $2 million.
Wow.
Just the ground. Because we share at then about 2,000 a fat in a part 2,000 capacity.
Yeah.
So the land is very big.
Yeah.
So two landing in not laterite, rocks in there. They said about being stability now. I mean, you look at the costs involved. In your church, Emre see facility in almost the man in 2018. O see BBA rain 2019 na COVID by.
Okay.
So COVID so etiti mu a ban kakra wo nyoma so anti bibia nkrema no na it was 2022.
Oh, Charlie.
And the lease no so na was end 2023. Which means I say why investment but emphasis will say unya no when ya. So a couple he wrote to them for some more time so that it will allow him some time, because at the end so soon.
Yeah.
Inti ewente say bag I'll be yabe to fee. So he wanted
it's a big tent.
Yes, he wanted to relocate. So nya baby I'll be relocating now. Then any problem mano.
Okay.
So because of that, and man quickly they were also trade fair and also were on him, because according to trade fair almost 8 to all the tenants.
Okay.
And almost the money for redevelopment, in redevelopment no more, and almost redevelop here about 156 acres, 56 acres, and convention center near the BBM and CCI come the after headquarters a lobby to house it there. Now almost I say the only tenants are a fantasy for no.
Oh, okay.
And it's like they are becoming very difficult. Now, see only say airbus no money notices the why a loss in the channel or tenant mina so man 6 month notice.
Yeah.
Ain't he mano like 8 notices.
Say ebesun.
Yes.
Ebesun.
Yes.
Ebesun.
But
okay.
Let's listen to say he was paying the rent.
Okay. Okay.
No problem was that he was looking for a place. He's a more afraid around Mark. Or any share a space be the National Museum no baby. Now I see share space no more technical people be measure that space no tent no space now was bigger than that.
Okay.
Into now say they still needed to look for a new place. In just last year, he was still looking for a place. It's not being and say uncle, but he was looking for a place. Into Yokohama, I'm saying University of Ghana.
Okay.
And on my agreement,
UGA, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They said this weekend, Coco US. Local transfers can more. Now, the next thing is on be movie. But Emra all share space na odi hun komono. Untimi Emano and that hosa say because of me share space, you say me jai. He decided to go to court.
Okay.
For one of the things he wanted was a perpetual injunction.
Okay.
Which will restrain them from demolishing his facility. In the injunction, he applied for, because already a perpetual injunction. There were 3 types of injunction. Now, one of them was perpetual. That
okay.
Mundaino mamun famon sanka. Now, before answer perpetual injunction he filed for an interlocutory injunction.
Okay.
Which is say yenye bibi enimwenumu ya answer your main case.
Okay.
So in the interlocutory injunction, normally I don't know you take one answer your basic case.
Okay.
I don't know what you're saying. Also, called 18 April be. Now interlocutory injunction na omunyo fa and servium. So what they did was that they served them through what we call substituted service.
Okay.
Into course in the moment they could paste
okay.
Which
if you try pictures and videos to prove that at least you've seen it.
Yes. Which way for no trade fair for but normally the reason the idea behind substituted service and say you serve in the media, cause serve you anywhere. You don't necessarily have to say it. You're serving a dim that way.
Okay.
Because they be who
I prompt him
and you don't have to physically get it answer.
Yeah.
And see, well, let's say, or no, you say, or far legal side, no, to restrain them as he continues to look for
a new place.
Yes. Into Osha in the court's documents now, what it was statement of claim, and your ma or free caution one, or say an order of perpetual injunction restraining defendants, their assigns, privies and agent, workwoman, and any person, workman and any person claiming an interest through the defendant from demolishing the plaintiff dome or restricting it and workmen, agent, assigns from accessing the specialized market, mark tent, dome. An order directed at the defendant to grant access to the plaintiff to continue with dismantling and removal of special mark. And you know, I say, second, one of the second things that or say an order ebema omaman access to dismantle. Okay. 2 words, dismantle and demolish. Dismantle who to two. But demolish
yes. But demolish there.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
Yes. Or person say almost restricting from going in. Into only access to the place. Into for some time now, not to me event or because you are blocking access. So before entrance and so you are blocking. So he didn't have access. So
so then had he had like obiatia na so say na omo person omo demolish ana no anya information bisa ana.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Na wenya sadia. It was why Orashe Echo Court.
Oh, okay.
And for him, he thought that the court will because that is the rightful approach for him.
Okay.
So court in Ebema and no memo adaho because the court will look at equitable solution.
Okay.
So there be a parts be a
problem be.
Yes. In Jono the opposite chance say why you ready to move, but now baby own was what was delaying him, and not for it to look like he's doing nothing. He decided to go to court so that court in bebem
no actually say me baby, but memma mun could say idea no.
Yes. John na we nya space I agree with bia. And he say this came to him as a shock. Say omuye demolition. And in all of this, Onokra say or per se obi attention fee whether injunction or there is no injunction. But or percent for adwin back the demolition. That on what order? Because Ghana Mraso obi what we call immovable property. Like at said dying idea and say car you meet me movie. Idea yenti movie. Normally if you want to demolish it, I was saying your order.
Yeah.
The court need to make demolition orders. And recently one of former Chief Justice was urging the court to be very cautious when granting demolition orders.
Okay.
Which I say, or no person say they never showed him any demolition order. On what authority did they demolish his structure? Because it feels that investments are coming. This shouldn't have been the kind of treatment else on the man, because it's killing investor confidence.
Of course.
And I mean, he believes that at the end of the year, be keka. I'll say Okofa grader Eddie boom.
I think that the Dome has played the host to so many even government a year. Most of Baba Sadiq around to say now government here a place for tennis competition at the friends African games.
See later
fantasy Dome no be more tennis no.
Very problematic. So
wow.
At the end of the day, I listened to the CEO of the trade fair.
Okay. What's she saying?
And what she's saying is that, yes, they had an agreement with them. And the agreement was to end in 2013. Prior to that...
2023.
2023,
yeah.
Sorry. Prior to that, Oma Mom notices. And they, for me, what I deduce from what she is saying, that they realized that they felt Fantasy Dome Fono were being stubborn. Okay. And now they were being a difficult tenant.
Okay.
And if they were being a difficult tenant, I say, we will show you where power lies. So
demolition is ahead of how they went about it, like 3 or
4 bulldozers with national security.
With national security guys, and then security for phones to stop them from calling the owner.
And see, I mean, that's where I'm talking about where the power lies. We go show you.
No, is it true? Say, Omojiji on only security war phones, national security for Omojiji or phones.
That is an allegation.
It's an allegation.
However, we've not heard from the side of the national security or the trade fair center.
Wow.
And for me, I like, and when I asked him about the mark side or the buyer, I would have wished that it shouldn't have ended at maybe Omukosusu a new space now, not facilities in the switching.
Yeah.
Because this, it should have been Adianke or say the creative agency, the ministry should have been interested and follow it to the latter. Because for all you know, these people can go and cite it somewhere and the state will need it.
Exactly.
Okwa. Now, how will you feel?
My
something
issue
you
is,
didn't show interest.
My issue is, I mean, looking at some of the political promises or the MPP manifesto with respect to the creative arts, they talked about building event centers or amphitheaters in all the regions to make it accessible to the creative industry. Now you realize that they've still not been able to achieve it. With 6 to 8 months to the election, they've not been able to achieve it, of which it's looking impossible now. So why the few ones that are left in the system, why also demolish them? Because this is a low blow to a creative or a sector that I believe perform very well. The creative sector, I mean, tourism authority, I mean, they've performed very, very well. If you ask me, the year under review, I'm trying to say, even the term, the whole MPP 8-year term, most of my year, you mapa. Na kitwe ya mudi so do na is a kutre jana no. As a fitana fi mudi tuntumba kubia asoto. I think it's one of the things that we
they should have found a way, because Slim, me see me phone biton in some for the whole night na mintimenda.
Oraho.
Yes.
Now imagine
and for this investment.
Because
it's supposed
to be like $5 million.
Yes. Say parts I demolished that. It means some of the things, you have to go and buy them again. Because you cannot replace
it. So in the case of demolition, say who pays for Adiano?
Omo demolition.
It's a trade fair between $5 million, the cost of Adiano.
No, almost as part of the things the trade fair boss said was that in the lease agreement, they said when it's time for when the lease agreement is when the facility is being dismantled, it will be at no cost to them.
Okay.
It means.
But they did not dismantle this one.
Yes.
It was demolished.
Yes. I mean, if the Leslie Philly said he has been dealt a raw dealer, clearly he can go to court. And we have seen instances where people have gone to court against the state or judgment dates when the court looks into the matter. And I'm sure that looking at the kind of investment, I'm not sure he will leave it here.
Wow.
And if he or the money legal team no more assess it, I mean the case now Omuhu said they have some good case and some good grounds and certain evidence to prove it. I'm sure there will be a legal showdown. And clearly the trade fair will also have their legal team ready to face them. And it will be an interesting showdown because I mean one of the things that they will hold on to from the Leslie side will be the demolition orders from the courts as to how they got to that point. Omo decided to demolish it. And I'm sure that the trade fair will also knowing that this can come with judgment, and then Leslie not only the first structure pulling it down. I mean, somewhere around 2020, we had Ramonacha, the printing press, pulling it down. No, because almost say there's so many tenants. Wow. They are the chain na bubu man ego form. What I say? So like this is not the first time. So I'm sure they will have a reason they are doing that, and the court will be a very good place for everybody to tell his case. But I think that we shouldn't, act with emotions, decide to show people where power lies. But even a memoir, you say the letter and the spirit, which means the ayatron any common sense. What I say, and common sense is part of the law. What I say. So we should allow some cool heads to prevail. Not share the overarching goal. The bigger picture, the bigger impact, and how best a situation can be saved. And instances like this, so higher authorities, they shouldn't just watch. So they should be able to go in and settle the case so that we won't get to cases like this.
Anyway, you better follow case. We'll give you more updates on it as to how baby could do, because Fantasy Dome, as we all know, has played host to several events in our creative industry or Mabwa by making sure we get venues that are well equipped to handle some of our outdoor events. Indoor events near there. I was so sad when I saw demolition exercise in the air conditions near the idea split all the
redevelopment in 2013 August in the whole baby was movie. We share investor brief now.
I was saying project.
Yes, last year.
But almost starting. And wow.
Until you didn't prepare who say will be at
$5 million.
Charlie.
Anyway. Well, we'll follow this story and give you more updates here on Street is Watching Way. For the culture, from DJ Slim and Mr. Edem Chotome. And the briefing way, Ebrel. We'll see you on the flip side. Make sure you like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you.
You don't know these streets like we do. We